Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So in today's video, of course, I want to give you guys an update on what is happening with Bitcoin, of course. Now, if you guys haven't seen yesterday's video, we actually saw Bitcoin having a drop down to the downside. Okay, so it seems like Bitcoin is in fact having a little retest back down, okay, to $29,000. Now we know for pretty much a month, Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating, okay, hovering in between $30,000 and of course $31,000. It seems like every single time we see Bitcoin reach 31K, it does in fact, drop back down to $30,000. But just recently, okay, we actually saw Bitcoin break support pretty much of 30K. So right now, Bitcoin's calling out 29,200, just like yesterday, right? So Bitcoin today is of course not really moving. It's still sort of stagnant today as well, right? So yesterday it did in fact drop, and today it's not really moving. Okay, other markets, right? Other altcoins, sorry, are not really moving as well. You guys can clearly see the global crypto market cap is still the same. Okay, 1.17 trillion, and overall, the market today is down 0.22%. So not much movements at all. You guys can clearly see for the past 24 hours, right? We're not really seeing anything too different. But Dogecoin, on the other hand, is actually pumping, right? And the reason why Dogecoin, guys, is pumping, and I might actually make a separate video, talking about this, right? But it has to do with something with Twitter, okay? Twitter, and of course, Elon Musk, okay? So I'm actually going to not talk about it for this video. I'm actually going to be talking about it for my next video. So stay tuned for my next video, okay? I want to give you guys an update on Dogecoin. It's been quite some time since I've made a video talking about Dogecoin. It's been literally I think a few months, right, since I made a video talking about Dogecoin. So I'm going to give you guys a little update on what's happening with Dogecoin, and some exciting news is in fact actually happening with Doge, right? So I'm gonna for sure, talk about that in my next video. So stay tuned for that, okay? But yeah, Dogecoin, we saw yesterday pumping like 5%, right? And today it's still holding strong at 7 cents. And for the past 24 hours, it's up 2%, right? So Dogecoin, okay, is performing pretty well compared to other altcoins, right? Dogecoin is performing pretty well today, okay? It really, really is. But you guys can clearly see other altcoins are not really moving. Avalanche is up like 1%, but not much movements right there, okay? But that is that, guys, okay? So there is, in fact, a fair few charts that I want to talk about for this video, starting off with this one. Okay, so yes, Bitcoin, we are in fact seeing a little retest right now, okay, for Bitcoin. And like I said, I told you guys many times that we could potentially, right, since Bitcoin did in fact break support of $30,000 and it's now back down at 29K, almost hitting 28K, we could potentially, see Bitcoin reach back down to, maybe 28,000 or maybe even $27,000. And this is where this chart comes in, right? So we know, okay, Bitcoin is in fact having a retest at $29,000. And it could potentially go back down to $28,000, okay, potentially, or maybe even $27,000. Now, the real question here is, can Bitcoin go lower than $27,000, right? It really all depends. So the FOMC meeting is in fact happening very, very soon. I believe in the next few days. I believe in Wednesday, right? And once it really all depends, guys, right? So once it actually happens, we could actually see Bitcoin have some more volatility, right? So we will see, guys, okay? It all depends how the FOMC meeting, how it all, happens and whatnot, right? What happens with the interest rates and whatnot, right? And the hikes. So that's that, okay? We could potentially see Bitcoin drop back down lower. And if it does, you guys already know what I'm going to be personally doing. And I hope you guys are going to be doing the exact same thing and buy more Bitcoin, right? To stack more Bitcoin. We're already still in a buy zone. I've been telling you guys that many times when Bitcoin was in fact, consolidating at $30,000. I told you guys that this was in fact the perfect time to buy as much Bitcoin and stack as much Bitcoin as you possibly can during that moment, right? And since Bitcoin is in fact, dropping even more, it's obviously still a great buy, right? Obviously, it's clearly a better buy right now, right? So Bitcoin could potentially drop further down. And yes, this chart does in fact show you guys that we are in fact in the accumulation stage right now for Bitcoin. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Okay, it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Okay, it really, really is, guys. Okay, we all should be accumulating right now. Okay, Even right now at this point, right at this stage where we are right now at $30,000 or even at $29,000, we all should be accumulating as much Bitcoin as we possibly can. Okay, so that's that, guys. Now, here's another chart that I want to really show you guys, and I feel like it's very, very important. And throughout Bitcoin history, right, it seems like every 3.5 years, okay, 3.5 years to about 4 years, we always have a bull run, okay, a bull run. So we know we always enter, two different cycles, right, in the crypto market, a bull market and of course a bear market. And pretty much, guys, okay, a bull run pretty much always happens every 3.5 years to pretty much 4 years, right? That's what I want to say. So guess what, guys? Okay, obviously we know we are in fact in a bear market, and it's been almost 4 years now since we have, well, not, I wouldn't say 4 years, but coming up to over 3 years, into this bear market, right? And this is probably the longest bear market that we have in fact been in throughout Bitcoin history. You know what I mean? This is in fact the longest one. It's been over 400 days, guys, right? Since we have in fact been in this bear market. And I wouldn't even say right now we aren't in fact officially in a bull market just yet, right? We're still in a bear market, in my opinion, right? Bitcoin is nowhere near its all-time high. It's not even halfway there yet, right? So in my opinion, we are still in a bear market, which is great, right? It still gives us time to accumulate as much crypto as we possibly can, right? Because we know Bitcoin is cheap, we know Ethereum is cheap, and of course other altcoins, right, are very, very cheap as well. Like if you really look at these prices, they are very cheap, right? Really cheap, in my opinion, right? Compared to where they were last bull market to where it is now, it's such a big difference, guys. Okay, it really, really is. So please understand that, guys. Okay, so we are in fact coming up to the next bull market, which means we're gonna see another bull run for Bitcoin right throughout Bitcoin history. Okay, you guys can clearly see it always happens 3.5 years, right? 3.5 years. Okay, so be excited for that. For all my Bitcoin holders out there, we're going to see Bitcoin really pump. And it's indicating here that Bitcoin could actually potentially pump all the way up to 500K. Now, I told you guys many times, personally, my price prediction for Bitcoin, okay, in the next bull market, okay, of course, 2025, is going to be around 200K to 250K to maybe even $300,000. Now, yes, Bitcoin could potentially go higher than 300K, but I'm going to just stick with 200K to 300K as of right now. Okay, I think that is very, very possible for Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin can easily reach over 100K, right, in the next bull market. So that's easily going to happen. I think 200K, 250K, even 300K is very, very possible. We will see, guys. Okay, time will tell. But this is the chart that I really, really want to show you guys. So for all my Bitcoin holders out there that's watching this video right now, be prepared for the year 2025. Because the year 2025, okay, is going to be an absolutely amazing year for Bitcoin and crypto, right? That is going to be, the next bull market pretty much. That's when we're going to see Bitcoin really, really, really pump to its new all-time high. And who knows what it's going to be. But like I said, personally, I think Bitcoin will easily see it to 200K, to 50K, to even 300K, maybe even over 300K. We will see, right? I think that's possible though, but we will see. Time will tell. But it's going to shock a lot of people for sure. So for all my Bitcoin holders out there, be ready for that. Okay, what happened in 2021? Okay, we saw, Bitcoin, right, reach, two new all-time highs, not just one, but two, right, in 2021. And then obviously it had a drop. And then we're in fact in a pre-halving right now. So obviously we're in fact slowly seeing Bitcoin slowly recover up to the upside. Okay, and that's exactly what we have in fact been seeing all of this year in 2023. And it's, great to see, right? We haven't seen anything too crazy just yet. If you think this is crazy, right, with these pumps that we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin, just you wait for the next bull market, right? It's going to get even crazier. Okay, so we know we are in fact in the pre-halving. The halving is officially going to happen in 2024. Okay, we know, guys, every single time we have the Bitcoin halving event, that is where we tend to see Bitcoin pump the most and of course reach a new all-time high. So be prepared for the year 2024 and especially 2025. What we saw in 2021 is going to happen in 2025. So be prepared for that, guys. Okay, be prepared for that for all my Bitcoin holders out there that's watching this video right now. And this chart is absolutely beautiful. I love this chart, okay? And it's true, okay? So be ready, guys. 2025, that year is going to be a massive year for Bitcoin for sure. And of course, cryptocurrency in general, okay? And you guys understand everything else is going to pump, right? The house market's going to pump. Everything else should pump, right? If Bitcoin is pumping and the China cryptocurrency market's pumping, everything should pump as well. You know what I mean? So in general, 2025 should be a good year overall, okay, for investors and even traders, right? So that's that, guys. So be excited for that. Now, just a quick little update on this. The Fingrid index is currently at 50, right? Yesterday we saw it at 55, and last week we saw it at 56. Even at 64 last month in the greens, and we were on fact in greed mode. And today, right now, it's currently in neutral, and that's because we are in fact seeing Bitcoin having this drop down to the downside, right? And everything else is in fact dropping as well, guys, right? Slightly. So that's why we are in fact seeing this in neutral. So it's slightly dropping. You guys can see that. And of course, the Bitcoin monthly returns, we are down 4.3%. Now, I know I told you guys many times that usually July, Bitcoin does actually perform pretty well, but it seems like this year in 2023, for the first time in pretty much 3 years, right? Because you guys can see in 2022, 2021, and 2020 were in fact, great months for Bitcoin, right? For July, you know what I mean? In previous years, okay? The last time we actually seen the month of July in the reds was back in 2019. Bitcoin was down 6.5%, and we could actually see that for this year, right? So July, we could actually end off this month in the reds. You guys understand we only have pretty much 6 days left, so less than a week till this month ends, and then we enter into August, the new month for this year. So yes, guys, Bitcoin's not looking too good for this month, but we are in fact seeing a slight drop. Okay, so like I said, we could potentially see Bitcoin for the first time in 3 years end off this month in the reds, but that is a-okay. Okay, at least June, okay, we did in fact see a 12% return for Bitcoin. We did in fact end it off in the greens. Previous years it did in fact end off in the reds. You guys can clearly see that. So it's like the complete opposite, right, between June and July, but that is okay. Okay, that is okay. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and in this video, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. And like I said many times, I will in fact give you guys an update on what's happening with Dogecoin tomorrow. Okay, I want to talk about Dogecoin. It's been quite some time since I made a video talking about Doge. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I will in fact give you guys, update on what's happening with Twitter and of course Elon Musk and of course Dogecoin, right? So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.